Thanks for tuning into the channel. Thought today'd be as good a day as any to take the KTM out for a run. We're close to 300 k's on it. And I decided we might take it up along this dirt road and I'll find out what it's like to ride this bike on a dirt road. Then I haven't experienced that side of it before. I suppose better to have one attempt at it and no attempt at all. I mean, a local sort of the pine forest area, not far from where I live. So far it seems to be riding these bumps, and they seem to be fairly good bumps along this road, pretty well. I don't think you'd miss them if you were on a ordinary bike, but it seems to soak up the bumps pretty good and run over it quite well. I've never been into this place before, but I'll go up this road. I wouldn't call this a road, call it a pretty rough track. And we'll see where this goes. So I'm in, first gear, 20 k's, 4,000 revs, pretty close to 4. Seems to be running up here all right. I'll tell you what, it's pretty rough, but seems to soak up the bumps all right. Yeah, so that run up that all right. Like I said, I haven't been into this place before, so I don't even really know what I'm getting myself into out here. So, but yeah, so for what it is coming along here at the moment, seems okay to me. I think for the only thing I never did, I'm still on traction control. The ABS is on. Don't think it'll matter that much. I'll fix it up next time. Not as if I've gone that fast. Yeah, so you should be able to see I'm in a fairly rough type area here. Go down here and try this out. I never actually bought this bike to run dirt roads, so I mean, if I come across them, the option's there for me, I suppose, to do it, but it wasn't the intention to get out there and chase dirt roads. I was more just going to use it to run the bitumen, which on its first almost 300 kilometres has done really well along that line, but now I'm out on this one, it appears to travel these roads. Like, I wouldn't like to be on here Deceptor and run up that first ridge back there, because I think it would have been pretty well fatal. That was a real nasty bit of first road I decided to pull into and take a bit of a look. I certainly would have not been silly enough to take that bike up there, but as you can see, it's pretty rough when you come in here by bike standards. It's not what you'd call a nice playful type road for the normal run-of-the-mill cars. I've read reports where this bike is not really suitable in we'll go this way and see where this goes, where this bike's not really suitable for doing low range work in the first 4,000 revs, and I found myself it's a little bit dead in that line. But you just want to cruise these back dirt roads at 50 kilometres an hour, 30 mile an hour, 50 k's or 30 mile an hour, like I'm running along here now in third gear. It's running along quite easy and soaking up these bumps on this road really well, and there are quite a few bumps on this road, and the suspension's handling it really nicely. And in third, it's got a bit of power. If you hit it, you can really feel it take off. And that was only a bit of a touch. I never give it to it flat out, because after all I'm limited to how fast I can ride it and what revs are available, and at this stage it's under 6k. So plus I've looks like I've got a petrol warning light too, and I don't know how accurate the petrol gauge is on this particular bike, but it's something I'll have to be a bit careful about, because I should have at least got more than 300 kilometres to a full tank, because I haven't been hard on it. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll go down a bit further, and then I might go off-road if I can find a spot where I can cut down into the paddock and just see what it's like in the track. But running along this dirt road, it runs along it, you know, quite comfortably. But I would class it as a fairly rough road. There's a bit of a spot here. We might pull over here somewhere and take a look. We'll go in here. Just ride it around here. It's a fairly rough area. You can see where they dumped all their rubbish, but they don't care much. We'll try down through here. I don't think I'll go that way. We'll go down here, round this way. Ooh. Might pull up here and just show you that I've been off-road. Set the camera back up. Look at that, a friggin' rabbit. And the fox just comes straight past me. I don't know if you'll get that on film or not, but I had the camera there and a rabbit come running down here and a fox behind it. Hard to believe. Straight past me. I'll be stuffed. I've been shooting for years and never seen that happen. Anyway, just for that, dude. Right, we'll head up here. So I'm going up along here. There's no one would believe that if you said you were standing there talking. There's that fox over there now running up the other side. Really, I don't think you'll see it over there. It's just in the gully. But like I said, I did shooting going back 20 years, for 20 or 30 years. I'd never seen a fox come up chasing a rabbit that close to me. I was probably only about, I don't know, less than 10 feet from me. And I'm just standing there talking. I'll be stuffed. Anyway, let's get into it. We'll head up here. Back up along this one. Look at this junk. Fancy in a forest like this. See this car over here? Somebody's come and just dumped that. Turned it over and dumped it. No wonder they close places like this. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Alright, I'll come down here, turn around and head back up the other way. Well, let's go back up here and turn around. So that'd be pretty cool if I was lucky enough to score that fox coming in just then. Anyway, let's ride this out down here. Go past that broken down old bit of crap there, or burnt out bit of crap. Bounce over here. Whoop. I did a bit of bounce. This will be my first stall. And again, this is all in real time too. I think when you get into rough parts like that, that could be gearing related, and you really haven't got what it needs to pull yourself out of it on a low, on a high hill. What I was there like that, trying to pull off in those two situations. That's what I think. And just in case you're still here watching the clip, there's a guy overseas who has had a similar problem with these bikes where they've virtually got no torque down low in the first 4,000 revs, and he's running a 14-tooth sprocket on this particular bike, and he reckons it works well. That will be something I'm going to look into, and I'll probably look into that on the service, because I think if you were, even though it was alright in the track, once I got into that rough bit there, it was a bit of a problem. And I think compared to other bikes I've ridden, the idea would be to try to improve on that, and by the use of a 14-tooth sprocket, he reckoned there was a great improvement on the bike. So I might get to contact the dealer, see if he can get me one, and when I get it coming for the first service, see what they can do about it, and whip one on and try it, because it'll be a fairly cheap mod, and I think it'll be a worthwhile mod. So that was an interesting ride in that bit of a forest. A rabbit, a fox, and 2 stalls, so you know, I can't complain. First day on the dirt. But as far as running along these dirt roads similar to now when I'm coming along, the bike really does run along nicely, problem free. And if you were just going out doing back roads, and I think earlier on a couple of people mentioned to me that this bike could be more suited for just running along those back roads, but I think it just depends what you want to adapt for. It is really a nice bike run around along the road, and it's not as if I'm right on 4,000 revs now, and if you hit it, it takes off really good, and that's in second gear. But I think at the moment I'll head it home, because I've got the fuel light blinking in red, and probably the best idea for me would be to have you wishful thinking, put my indicator on here to go to the left, and what are my chances of running into a car? Pretty slim, I'd say, especially around this time of the day on a Monday. I would say not likely. Yeah, you can, I was back down then around 4,000 revs, and I was in third gear, and you could feel the bike shudder just then, and knowing that you know, you were virtually not capable of doing much in that third gear at around that 4,000 revs. So it was just letting you know, once you get over that 4,000 revs, you know, it's ready to party. And it's a nice flickable bike to move around in all this rough bit of terrain. So that bit aside, I think it's good. Once again, you're 27 kilometres in third. You get that bike goes into a slight rattle there, where no torque, no power, nothing. So you have really got to have something that'll keep you up in those gears, or stay right out of any gear above second, if you're going slow anyway. So that was my quick little run. I'll see if I can show you this fuel light. It goes into neutral right now, but we'll see if we can get you a look at the fuel light flashing. So you can see I've got at 299 kilometres, so I wouldn't have thought it would have emptied the tank by now, because I haven't been hard on the bike. Thanks for tuning in, taking a look, and we'll see what I can get out of today's footage, and there might be something there I can use and put up a clip. And that was the first experience on this bike on dirt and a bit of a run into the pine forest.